We're going to turn now to some critters that aren't quite as warm and fuzzy as bark. I don't know about you, but I've never been a big fan of spiders and snakes and lizards. But there was an exhibit at the Springs Preserve earlier this year that really won my heart because after I went through it, I actually kind of fell in love with some of those slimy creatures. Welcome to the latest summer exhibit here at the Springs Preserve, Nature's Ninjas.
There's a variety of snakes, including pythons, boas, corn snakes, king snakes. There are some other, a lot of different lizards, including chameleons from around the world, as well as something called a false chameleon. We've got poison dart frogs, salamanders.
Aaron McAuliffe tells us this exhibit is not here just so that visitors can see cool creatures they don't usually have contact with. It's here to teach us the importance of respecting the animals and why it's important to live in harmony with them.
We have a lot of folks who see a lot of these creepy crawlies and have this kind of visceral reaction. And really, one of the things that we do, we're trying to break down those barriers, let people understand a lot of these snakes, a lot of these lizards are very, very beneficial to us. They help to keep insect populations as well as rodent populations in check. These are animals that can potentially spread diseases to us humans. So having these predators out in the wild is a very good thing for us.
And while you're here looking at the animals from the other side of the glass, you just never know when a handler will come out and introduce you to, say, an armadillo. This is Spalding. Like everyone else here, I learned something new. Armadillos have hair. I never would have thought he was a mammal.
Yeah,
until
weird,
I felt him and felt the hair.
I know, man. And the first time I saw him, I was like, man, you know, this might be one of my new favorite animals.
Yeah. Sean Adderley works for Little Rays, the largest reptile and exotic animal rescue in Canada. He travels the continent with this cast of creatures, hoping to entertain, but teach important lessons about them, like responsible pet ownership.
We want to spread messages of things like responsible pet ownership, you know, not only what animals you should bring into your homes and how you should take care of them, but even where you're getting them from. I mean, you know, if you really like animals that live in your natural environment, getting them from the outdoors and from the wild really isn't the best place to get them from. And it's specifically for the well-being of those animals as well as your family too. Animals that grow up in the wild and spend their time trying to avoid predators are probably going to think that a large human is probably a predator as well. So it's not going to be the happiest animal in your house.
He uses Spalding, the armadillo, to teach about conservation.
The three-banded armadillo here, for example, from northeastern Brazil, in the past 10 years, they've lost about 30% of their wild population, again, from people mostly trapping them in for the pet trade and bringing them in by those means. And to be able to teach people about these and give them a respect for these animals in a light that they don't usually get to see them in, it means a lot to us.
The final lesson is in the name of the exhibit, Nature's Ninjas. Here, you learn how these animals have survived thousands of years by being stealth around predators and being ninja-like when it comes to capturing prey in order to nourish and live.
In the animal world, it's an eat or be eaten proposition. You need to be able to sneak up on the animals that you eat, or just as importantly, kind of fade in the background so the animals that eat you don't see you.
So does the exhibit really change your view? Well, I still will give spiders and snakes a respectful distance, but I never thought I'd fall in love with an armadillo named Spalding.
Not only are animals really, you know, unique and cute and cool, but we also have a lot in common with them as well.
Oh, right there.
Well, that exhibit wrapped up on Labor Day, but there's always cool stuff going on at the Springs Preserve. You can find out more by going to springspreserve.org.